Please turn to page 16. बोलिए लाडली लाल की
जय।
श्रीमद सद्गुरु सरकार की
जय।
मन्नाथ श्री जगन्नाथ मद्गुरु श्री जगद्गुरु मदात्मा सर्वभूतात्मा कृपालु गुरवे नमः। वर्हापीडं नटवरवपुः कर्णयोः कर्णिकारम् बिभ्रद्वासः कनककपिशं वैजयन्तीं चमालाम् रन्ध्रान् वेणो रधरसुधया पूरयन् गोपवृन्दैर्वृन्दारण्यं स्वपदरमणं प्राविशद्गीत कीर्तिः। नमः कमलनाभाय नमः कमलमालिने नमः कमलपादाय नमस्ते कमलेक्षण यो ब्रह्माणं विदधाति पूर्वं यो वै वेदांश्च प्रहिणोति तस्मै तग्वंह देवमात्मबुद्धिप्रकाशं मुमुक्षुर्वै शरणमहं प्रपद्ये। Dear devotees of God, we will continue with verses from Shyama Shyam Geet. Today's topic is Radha Rani, which is not only our favorite topic but also the favorite topic of Shri Krishna. Shyama Shyam Naam Roop, page 16. Shyama Shyam Naam Roop Leela Gun Dhama Gauro ke roop dhyan युक्त आठों यामा।
श्यामा श्याम नाम रूप लीला गुण धामा गौरों के रूप ध्यान युक्त आठों यामा।
गौरों के रूप ध्यान युक्त आठों यामा।
गौरों के रूप ध्यान युक्त आठों यामा।
बार बार अवतार बार बार अवतार लिया तूने श्यामा किया उपकार छोड़ा नाम रूप धामा।
बार बार अवतार लिया तूने श्यामा किया उपकार छोड़ा नाम रूप धामा।
किया उपकार छोड़ा नाम रूप धामा।
किया उपकार छोड़ा नाम रूप धामा।
तेरे नाम का अवलंब लेके श्यामा अगणित पतित गए तेरे धामा।
तेरे नाम का अवलंब लेके श्यामा अगणित पतित गए तेरे धामा।
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 श्यामा श्याम नाम रूप लीला गुण धामा। गाओ रो के रूप ध्यान युक्त आठों यामा।
श्यामा श्याम नाम रूप लीला गुण धामा। गौरों के रूप ध्यान युक्त आठों यामा।
गाओ रो के रूप ध्यान युक्त आठों यामा।
गौरों के रूप ध्यान युक्त आठों यामा।
The devotee says, O Radha Rani, you have descended to earth time and time again. You have taken avatar. The word avatar means avataranam avataraha, simply to come down. To take avatar means to come down. Radha Rani comes to the material world. She takes birth. Her birth is divine, as are her actions. The devotee says, you have mercifully left behind your names, your form and abode for everyone to meditate upon. God is supremely benevolent. There's only one thing that God does, whether it is Shri Krishna or Shri Radha. The only thing God does is to give us grace. Anything that God does is just to grace the individual soul. So Radha Rani descends to earth and she is supremely benevolent because when she leaves behind her name, her beautiful, divinely beautiful form and her abode to meditate upon, her qualities also. तेरे नाम का अवलंब लेके श्यामा अगणित पतित गए तेरे धामा. Jagat Guru Uttam Shri Kripalu Ji Maharaj says, taking the shelter of your name, O Radha Rani, countless sinners have reached your abode. They have been able to attain you. They have come to you. They have come to Golok because you left your name behind. They took the shelter of your name and they reached your abode. The name of God has been hailed as being even greater than God himself. Kahan kahan lagi naam badai, Ram na sakahi naam gun gai. Saint Tulsidas says in his scripture Ramcharitmanas, otherwise known as the Ramayan, he says the name of God, the name of Ram is even greater than Ram. Ram, Bhagwan Shri Ram, he took the help of monkeys and bears to build a bridge. To build the setu, to build the bridge, he took the help of many, many vanars, many monkeys and bears. Ram bhalu kapi katak batora, setu hetu, shram keen na thora. And on the other hand, Naam let bhav sindhu sukhahi, karahu vichar sujan man mahi. So he takes the help of monkeys and bears to build the bridge to Lanka. On the other hand, his name is so powerful that taking the shelter of his name, by taking the shelter of his name, countless souls have crossed the ocean of Maya. they have gone to God's abode, just by virtue of His name and taking His name with love. So you are so merciful that you have left your name behind. And your name is even greater than yourself, O Radha Rani. You see, the name of God has God within it. So the name Radha has Radha living in that name. The name is not a lifeless thing. It's not just a word, which is, all words are lifeless. Names are lifeless. But Radha, the name Radha, is a living entity. It is a divine entity because it has Radha Rani living in it with all her powers, with an infinite, countless powers. So the name of Radha is as powerful as Radha because it has Radha sitting in it, but it is even more merciful because when we take the name of Radha with love, then we can go to Radha Rani's abode, to Shri Krishna's abode, Golok. The devotee prays to Radha Rani. Ek baar hamri hoon, ek baar hamri hoon, aur lakhu Shyama, ag jag bhatkat thaki gaye paama.
एक बार हमरी हो और लख श्यामा, अग जग भटकत थकी गए पामा,
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 मोहि जनी लखु मैं तो पातक धामा, अपनो कृपालु स्वभाव लखु श्यामा,
मोहि जनि लखु मैं तो पातक धामा, अपनो कृपालु स्वभाव लखु श्यामा,
अपनो कृपालु स्वभाव लखु श्यामा,
अपनो कृपालु स्वभाव लखु श्यामा,
अपनो कृपालु, अपनो कृपालु स्वभाव लखु श्यामा,
अपनो कृपालु स्वभाव लखु श्यामा,
तोहि लखी पतित पावनी श्यामा, मन मानी पाप किया मैंने 8 यामा,
तोहि लखी पतित पावनी श्यामा, मन मानी पाप किया मैंने 8 यामा,
मन मानी पाप किया मैंने 8 यामा,
मन मानी पाप किया मैंने 8 यामा,
श्यामा श्याम नाम रूप, श्यामा श्याम नाम रूप लीला गुण धामा, गाओ रो के रूप ध्यान युक्त 8 यामा,
श्यामा श्याम नाम रूप लीला गुण धामा, गाओ रो के रूप ध्यान युक्त 8 यामा.
The devotee prays to Sri Radha Rani, glance in my direction, O Shyama. I'm exhausted coming to this world again and again. We come to this world, we take birth, then we die, we are born again, we die again, And this has been going on since beginning this time. So the individual who has learned from a true guru the meaning of life, who has acquired knowledge from a true guru, says, I am exhausted. I've been coming to this world again and again, and now no more. I don't wish to come here ever again. I'm tired. I have come to this world again and again, sometimes taking birth as a tree or a plant, these creatures that can't move or cannot move. They are stationary creatures. And sometimes as creatures that are able to move, insects, birds, animals, including humans. So now I'm tired. I want to come home and take rest. Mohi jani lakhu, and do not look at whether or not I'm deserving. Please do not look in my direction. I know that I'm a treasure house of sins. So take into consideration only your merciful nature. Apno Kripalu swabhav lakhu Shyama. You see, if Radha Rani looks at us and then looks at the countless sins we have committed, then she will think, oh my goodness, countless sins? So the devotee says, do not look in my direction, just think about your merciful nature. Because if you look at my direction, you will see the countless sins and you will impart justice, and then I will just keep on coming to this world again and again. Sometimes born on this earth, sometimes residing in hell, sometimes because of my virtuous actions I will be enjoying myself, only the pleasures of Maya in Swargalok. But I want to get away from everything. I want to come home. And he says, knowing you to be the purifier of sinners, I committed all the sins I wanted to, 24 hours a day. Art yama. One yam is an old measure of time, measurement of time. One yam has 3 hours. 3 hours make up one yam. So art yam, meaning 8 yam, meaning 24 hours. So wherever you see art yam, art yama, artoyama, it means 24 hours a day. So I have always committed sins. 24 hours a day, I have done nothing but commit sins. And we think, is that true? I've committed countless sins. Am I that bad? When we don't know the definition of sin, we doubt that we are such sinners. But when we find out that sin in the eyes of God means forgetfulness of God, then it becomes easy for us to understand that we have committed uncountable sins. We tend to think that stealing from others and harming others and killing someone, these are sins. Some are smaller, some are greater sins, some are more serious sins, telling lies and so on. These are smaller sins, and then killing someone is a big sin. But the definition of sin is forgetfulness of God. When we forget God, we do nothing but commit sins. At that time, we could be building a charitable hospital. We could be feeding those who need to be fed. We are giving clothes to ones who have no clothes. We are helping the poor and the needy. But if God is not on the mind, if we are not simultaneously thinking of God, practicing devotion, then even those acts that seem to be acts of mercy, they are nothing but they're sinful acts. That's it. Because we have forgotten God, so we have committed sin. So in this way, it's very easy for us to understand that, yes, we have committed countless sins. But the devotee says lovingly, well, I found out that you purify sinners, so I became very complacent, I became very carefree. I can commit all the sins I want, and you will purify me because you are a purifier of sinners. That is one of your virtues. Patit Pavani. Patit means sinner, Pavani means purifier. You purify sinners. So this is not my fault. I thought of you, and you are known as Patit Pavani, so I committed all the sins I possibly could. I just did whatever my mind told me to do. Some people say, I am not a slave of anyone. I'm not a servant of society. I don't care what society says. I'm an independent thinker. I do what I feel like doing. You've heard this, perhaps. I don't follow social conventions because I am a free thinker. How is it that you're free? You are a slave of your mind. You are a slave of your mind. You do what your mind tells you to do, so you cannot be a free person. You're not a liberated person. You're under the control of your mind. In the 60s, there was the hippie movement, and the hippies used to say that. We don't follow what society says. We are free. And they were into drugs and promiscuity and all that, and all under the umbrella of free thinking. But actually what was going on is that they were slaves of their mind. They did exactly what the mind told them to do. A free one is one who battles with the mind. The mind says, I don't wish to do devotion. And the mind, and we control the mind and we say, no, you've got to do it. It's good for you. We reason with the mind, we force the mind. So when we go against the mind, when it does not wish to practice devotion, when it does not want to go to God, when it does not want to do satsang, seva or sadhana, then we force it to go there. Then we are free because we are in the process of gaining victory over the mind. The mind says, no, go to sleep for 8 hours, 10 hours. Okay? Are you a free thinker? Are you actually free if you are just a slave of your mind? You do what your mind tells you to do. The free person is one who listens to the instructions of his guru and scriptures and God and does what they say. Or at least he tries his best to do that. He actually tries very diligently, he makes diligent efforts to follow the rules of the scriptures of God and Guru. Otherwise, we are all slaves of our mind. So my mind says, whatever my mind told me to do, I did. And I've committed countless sins in this way. जग जाने मैं तो तेरा ही हूँ श्यामा, तू जाने विषयन दास आठ यामा।
जग जाने मैं तो तेरा ही हूँ श्यामा, तू जाने विषयन दास आठ यामा।
जग जाने मैं तो तेरा ही हूँ श्यामा, तू जाने विषयन दास आठ यामा।
जग जाने मैं तो तेरा ही हूँ श्यामा, तू जाने विषयन दास आठ यामा।
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 कभू तो करेंगी कृपा, कभू तो करेंगी कृपा, कृपामयी श्यामा। यही आस लेके गाऊं नाम गुण धामा।
कभू तो करेंगी कृपा, कृपामयी श्यामा। यही आस लेके गाऊं नाम गुण धामा।
यही आस लेके गाऊं नाम गुण धामा।
यही आस लेके गाऊं नाम गुण धामा।
यही आस लेके गाऊं, यही आस लेके गाऊं
लीला गुण धामा गाओ रो के रूप ध्यान युक्त आठों यामा श्यामा श्याम नाम रूप लीला गुण धामा गाओ रो के रूप ध्यान युक्त आठों यामा.
The world thinks me to be your devotee and your servant, O Radha Rani. However, you know that I am a servant of the five objects of the senses. I am a servant of this world. I'm continuously running towards the world. Here Sri Maharaj is saying this with utmost humility, but we can think of it, we can apply this to ourselves. That no matter how we look in the eyes of others, oh, she's such a good devotee, oh, he is so wonderful, he seems to have the same devotion that Tulsidas ji had. It seems to be that he's a saint. But we all know what we are all about on the inside. We all know that. We all know what we're all about. And we cannot hide that from God. We cannot hide that from ourselves. We can fool the world, but we can't fool ourselves. And certainly we cannot fool Radharani. We cannot fool God. We may say to God, we may speak fancy words before God, Tvameva mata cha pita tvameva, etc. And say to God, you are my only mother, my only father. But those words, we don't mean those words when we speak them. Because at that moment, when we are saying, you're my only mother, my only father, if someone were to give the news, oh, your mother is seriously ill, then all thoughts of God disappear from the mind. Even it's possible, very possible, that the same person who had been saying, you're my only mother, my only father, will find fault with Radharani. What kind of mother are you? That my mother is so ill. Can you not fix that? Can you not restore her to perfect health? Can you not make her feel better? So it doesn't matter how we look in the eyes of others, how we act, but when we are face to face with Radharani, when we do sadhana, then we think of Radharani, then Radharani knows what we're all about. So, O Radharani, you know everything about me. I cannot pull the wool over your eyes. The world thinks that I'm a great devotee of yours, but you know my real situation. Look at the great ones, like Tulsidas and Surdas. These saints are saying to God, oh, I am the worst sinner that you have laid eyes upon. Hari haan sab patitan koti ko, mosam kaun kutil khalkami. Can there be anyone who is a greater sinner than myself? Anyone who is so filled with material desires, filled with vices such as anger, greed, lust, pride, and envy? The great ones are saying this. The ones who are liberated from Maya, they are true servants of God. They are saying that they are the worst sinners. And we who are actual sinners, we do not like for anyone to think that we are anything less than a saint. We cannot tolerate it if someone finds fault with us. We don't like it. Outwardly, we may say, thanks for pointing that out. We don't like it. Inwardly, we're thinking, and who are you? Tum to doodh se nahaye ho na? You're perfect, that's why you're finding fault with me? But outwardly, we may say, oh, please tell me my faults so that I may work on them. Inwardly, we don't like it. And saints have said, Sammanam kalayati ghor garalam nicha pamanam sudham. When someone praises you, those words of praise, regard them as poison. But if someone criticizes you and finds fault with you, regard those words as nectar, amrit. Because when you are being praised and you take that praise to heart, you start thinking, I am really good. Who knows, maybe I am Mirabai. Maybe I don't know, but everybody else says it. Maybe I am Tulsidas. I do sing really well. and I do practice devotion, maybe I am. There was a king some 5,000 years ago during the time of Shri Krishna's avatar, and he started thinking that he was Mahavishnu. Poundrak was his name. And his ministers also, trying to butter him up, they said, Maharaj, you are the real Vishnu. And they went as far as attaching 2 artificial limbs to his arms, made of wax. And they gave him all the paraphernalia of Mahavishnu. Shankh, Gada, Padma, Chakra, the conch, the mace, the lotus flower, and the Sudarshan Chakra, the divine discus. So he started thinking he is the real Mahavishnu. He went to the extent of challenging Shri Krishna. I challenge you to a fight, a battle. Shri Krishna sent a message back saying, why do you want to die early? But this man said, oh, you don't want to fight with me, you coward? Shri Krishna said, all right, then meet me in the battleground. And what a meeting it was. It was a very short battle. Shri Krishna appeared. Poundrak came with so much confidence. Shri Krishna released his real divine discus, and the Sudarshan Chakra cut off this man's head, the king's head. That was the end of that. Pride is so dangerous that this man ended up challenging Shri Krishna, the Lord of infinite universes. Shri Maharaj used to say, he used to tell us a story. He said there was a man who had nothing going for him. His parents died as soon after he took birth. So he didn't have parents, he was an orphan, he didn't have any siblings, no one loved him, he didn't have any money, he never got an education, he had nothing going for him. He was not good looking. So one day he said to God, my Lord, you have given me nothing to live on. You've given everyone something or the other. If a person maybe is poor but he's got good looks, maybe he doesn't have good looks but he's well educated, everybody's got something or the other to live on. I have nothing. Please give me something. So God said to his accountant, give this poor man something. Give him something to live on. What shall I give him? God said, give him a royal attitude. Royal attitude? Yes. Now this man, he is penniless, but he's saying to everyone, you'll see, one day I will build a palace like you've never seen. He has nothing to his name, and he's planning to build a lavish palace. No one looks in his direction, and he says, watch me, soon I'll be marrying that princess. What? Nothing. He's now worse off than he was before. And after telling this story, Shri Maharaj said, and who is this man? He is all of you. That's what you are all about. You have nothing to be proud of, but you're so proud. So proud, and yet you have nothing. No beauty, no wealth. What kind of wealth do you have anyway? What kind of money do you have anyway? What kind of post and position do you have? What do you have really? Nothing, and yet you're proud. So, O Radha Rani, you know what I'm all about. Others may not know that, they may praise me, but you know my reality. With the hope that one day you will grace me, I am chanting your names, I am singing your glories, I am singing songs of your virtues, your divine virtues, and your abode. Because you see, God's name, God's attributes, His abode, His saints, they're all one. They all live in one another. So you can have God, Shri Krishna, and Vrindavan, His abode. They're both the same. When Shri Krishna descended to earth 5,000 years ago, He brought His divine Golok, divine Vrindavan, to what is now what we see as Vrindavan. And then we think, oh, and there is a place where you hear that this is where Maharaj took place. This is where Maharaj happened. And immediately the mind starts thinking, that's impossible, because there were so many gopis, and this place is so small. It's a made-up story. It's not true. What we don't realize is that Shri Krishna brought his divine Vrindavan, and that Vrindavan is the same as Shri Krishna. So divine Vrindavan has the same powers as Shri Krishna. It can expand itself whenever it wants. It can shrink itself whenever it wants. So there were thousands and thousands of gopis, and they could fit because the divine abode would expand when there was a need. So God's name, God's name, his attributes, the form of God, God's saints, God's abode, they're all one. I am chanting your names. I am singing your glories. I'm singing about your divine virtues and about your dham, Barsana dham. Radha Rani's abode is Barsana. In hopes that one day you will grace me. Of course, chanting the name of God just physically is not enough. We must mix love with that chanting. We must mix love. We must chant the name of God with love. Whose name am I chanting? Who is Radha? Who is Krishna? Whose name am I chanting? And when we think about it, oh, Radha Rani, she's my divine mother. She is infinitely merciful. She loves sinful souls. When we think about her attributes, when we think about her merciful nature, then when we chant her name, then wonderful things happen. As Bhagwan Ram says in the Ramayana, Mam gun gavat pulak sarira gad gad gira nayan bahanira. Bhagwan Ram says, when you chant my names, then there should be 3 physical reactions on your body. Mama gunagavat pulaka sarira. You should have goosebumps on your body, on your skin. Body hair is rising. That's goosebumps. Because you're taking my name. You are so moved by taking my name that you have goosebumps on your skin. Gad gad gira. It seems like you have a lump in your throat. You cannot chant my name properly because you are so moved that you cannot chant properly. And thirdly, tears of love should be flowing from your eyes. Pulaka sarira gad gad gira nayana baha nira. That is a way to chant. Not like Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Checking out the phone. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Oh, what a message. When I see someone sitting in satsang, checking out their phone, it shocks me. What? What are you doing? 2 things at once? After all, when we are working in the world, we're not thinking of God. So when we're supposed to be thinking of God, why are we checking out the phone? So, taking the name of God and yet the mind is all over the world, that's not chanting. That's just fooling yourself. That's fooling God. We're just fooling ourselves. And we're fooling God. We're trying to fool God, who cannot be fooled. So I am hoping that one day you'll grace me. I am chanting your names. I'm chanting songs of your glory. Because I have learned from my merciful Gurudev that chanting, just chanting your name is not enough. I must chant with love. So Radha Rani, I do try to shed tears. I do get those goosebumps from time to time with your grace, and I'm hoping that one day you will grace me fully. We continue with these beautiful dohas. तेरे तो है अगणित जन गुण धामा, एक निगुनी भी अपनी कर ले श्यामा। तेरे तो है अगणित जन गुण धामा,
कर ले श्यामा। एक निगुरी भी अपनी कर ले श्यामा। रसिकों ने समझाया, रसिकों ने समझाया, कहा ब्रजबामा आत्मा की आत्मा है श्यामा। रसिकों ने समझाया, कहा ब्रजबामा आत्मा की आत्मा है, आत्मा है श्यामा। आत्मा की आत्मा है श्यामा। आत्मा की आत्मा है श्यामा। तू तो अनन्य प्रेम, तू तो अनन्य प्रेम चाहती है श्यामा। मन चाहे जग प्रेम भी आठ यामा। तू तो अनन्य प्रेम चाहती है श्यामा। मन चाहे जग प्रेम भी आठ यामा। मन चाहे जग प्रेम भी आठ यामा। मन चाहे जग प्रेम भी आठ यामा। माना मैंने माना नहीं, माना मैंने माना नहीं, तेरा कहा श्यामा। जग का ही दास बना रहा आठ यामा। माना मैंने माना नहीं, तेरा कहा श्यामा। जग का ही दास बना रहा आठ यामा। तू तो है समर्थ सर्वशक्तिमती श्यामा। मन में समा जा, आजा मेरे उर धामा। तू तो है समर्थ सर्वशक्तिमती श्यामा। मन में समा जा, आजा मेरे उर धामा। मन में समा जा, मन में समा जा, आजा मेरे उर धामा। मन में समा जा, आजा मेरे उर धामा। श्यामा श्याम नाम रूप लीला गुण धामा। गाओ रो के रूप ध्यान युक्त आठों यामा। श्यामा श्याम नाम रूप लीला गुण धामा। गाओ रो के रूप ध्यान युक्त आठों यामा। गाओ रो के रूप ध्यान युक्त आठों यामा। गाओ रो के रूप ध्यान युक्त आठों यामा। श्यामा श्याम नाम रूप लीला गुण धामा गाओ रोके रूप ध्यान युक्त आठों यामा श्यामा श्याम नाम रूप लीला गुण धामा गाओ रोके रूप ध्यान युक्त आठों यामा.
The aspiring devotee says, your countless devotees are treasure house of virtues. In other words, all your devotees, O Radha Rani, they are very virtuous, but I am very sinful. However, I beg you to accept this sinful soul as your own. This is not just humility talking, because as aspiring devotees, this is a fact that we are sinful, that we hardly have any virtuous quality. And this humility is the most, it's dearest to God. God loves humility. Ishvarasyapyabhiman dveshitvat dainya priyatvat. Narad Muni says in Narad Bhakti Darshan, God has an aversion towards pride, but has great love for humility. So humility pleases God. And we don't have to act as if we are humble, and because we should be humble. As was being explained earlier, we have really nothing to be proud of. So out of humility and with utmost genuine feelings of helplessness, a devotee says, please accept me even though I'm not deserving. A saint has said, Bhagvat prapti upayo hi sarva sadhana hinata. The way to attain God is to genuinely plead helplessness before Him. My Lord, I don't know anything. O Radha Rani, O Shri Krishna, I do not know anything. I have not even a trace of devotion within me. I don't have any knowledge. I have nothing going for me. But I do know that you are merciful, that you are infinitely merciful. So all my hope lies in your quality of being causelessly merciful. You bestow mercy without any condition, without any strings attached. You give your mercy freely, and I am hoping that you will grace me. Tulsidas ji says in Vinay Patrika, Aisa ko udar jag mahi, binu seva jo drave deen par, Ram saris ko nahi, Aisa ko udar jag mahi. The Bhagwan Ram, my Lord, is causelessly merciful. In the world, we see people are being kind to us, they're being merciful to us, but for a reason. Someone is giving you something, giving you a gift, and that someone will expect a gift back from you or a favor from you. In the material world, no one really does anyone a favor without some expectation. But God is causelessly merciful. So all my hope lies in the fact that you are causelessly merciful and you'll accept me even though I'm not deserving of being accepted. रसिकों ने समझाया कह ब्रजबामा आत्मा की आत्मा है श्यामा. Rasik saints have explained that Shyama, Radha, is the soul of the soul of the soul. That is the soul of Shri Krishna. There's a soul which is inside of us, which makes this body alive. As long as the soul is within the body is conscious. Alomabhya anakhebhya, Chandogya Upanishad says, the entire body is conscious from head to the toe because of the presence of the soul within the body. So the soul is the soul of the body. Now the soul also has a soul, which is Shri Krishna. He's the supreme soul. He's the soul of all souls. So the soul has a soul, which is Shri Krishna. And then there's Radha. Who is Radha? Atma tu Radhika tasya. Scriptures say she is the soul of Krishna. So, Rasikon ne samjhaya, Rasik saints have explained that Radha is a soul of the soul of the soul. She's the soul of Krishna. O Radha Rani, O my Divine Mother, you ask for exclusive love. Tu to ananya prem. Ananyata is a very important condition in devotion. Ananya, meaning na anya, no other. The word in Hindi is anya, which means other or others. And if you put the infix na, it becomes ananya, meaning no other, just one. Ananya chetah satatam yo mam smarati nityashah tasyaham sulabah parth nityayuktasya yoginah ananyaschintayanto mam ye janah paryupasate tesham nitya bhiyuktanam yogakshemam vahamyaham. At many places in the Gita itself and in other scriptures, the word ananya has been used. We love God, but we also love the world. We love the world a lot more than we love God. God says, love only me and do your duty in the world. So you ask for exclusive love, O Shyama, but my mind desires worldly love also. Shri Maharaj has pointed out many times that there are two words. One is bhi, one is he. Bhi means also. O Shyam Sundar, O Radha Rani, you are mine, but you're also mine. I have a mother at home, I have a father, my biological parents, but you're also mine. From bhi or also, we need to come to he, meaning only. You are my only, my one and only. Tvam eva, eva meaning only. You alone are my mother. I have no other mother because I am the Atma. The Atma can have no other mother. The Atma has only Radha Rani as the mother. Mana maine mana nahi tera kaha Shyama. I accept that I did not heed your instructions, O Radha Rani, O Shyama. I continue to serve the world and love the world 24 hours a day. But you are almighty and you are omnipotent. And even though I'm not deserving of it, come and live in my heart, O Radha Rani, and show me your merciful nature, even though I'm not deserving of it. And now for the final three couplets. तव दर्शन प्यास बढ़े नहीं श्यामा यद्यपि बार बार गाऊं नाम गुण धामा
तव दर्शन प्यास बढ़े नहीं श्यामा यद्यपि बार गाऊं नाम गुण धामा
यद्यपि बार गाऊं नाम गुण धामा
यद्यपि बार गाऊं नाम गुण धामा
तेरे मंदिर में करूं दंडवत प्रणामा किंतु तन झुके मन झुके नहीं श्यामा
तेरे मंदिर में करूं दंडवत प्रणामा किंतु तन झुके मन झुके नहीं श्यामा
किंतु तन झुके मन झुके नहीं श्यामा
किंतु तन झुके मन झुके नहीं श्यामा
तेरा नाम गाया आया बार बार धामा फिर भी ना पाया प्रेम कृपा करो श्यामा
तेरा नाम गाया आया बार बार धामा फिर भी ना पाया प्रेम कृपा करो श्यामा
फिर भी ना पाया प्रेम कृपा करो श्यामा
फिर भी ना पाया प्रेम कृपा करो श्यामा
कृपा करो कृपा करो कृपा करो श्यामा
कृपा करो कृपा करो श्यामा
श्यामा श्याम नाम रूप लीला गुण धामा गाओ रो के रूप ध्यान युक्त आठों यामा ध्यान युक्त आठों यामा
भावों के रूप ध्यान युक्त आठों यामा.
Although I do chant your names and sing songs of your glory, the desire to see you, the desire for your darshan is not increasing, O Radha Rani. We think this about ourselves also. My desire is not increasing. My desire is not increasing. And the only way to attain God is to intensify our desire for Him. A Rasik saint has said, if you wish to know the price to pay for Sri Krishna, it is only Parama Vyakulta. It is an intense desire. Intense desire is the price. That's the price you need to pay for Sri Krishna. So my desire to see you and to serve you directly, that desire is not increasing. So now we question, why is it not increasing? Is there something stopping me? Yes. Who is stopping me? What is stopping me? Some outside force. No. It's our own mind that stops us. Because the mind has only the experience of the material world. So the mind says, after all, you belong to the world and the world belongs to you. The mind tells us the wrong knowledge. Sri Maharaj was saying once, Maharaj was giving a lecture and there were thousands and thousands of people listening in pin drop silence. And afterwards, Maharaj liked it that sometimes he would go out and mix in the crowd, of course, covering his whole body with a shawl, big long blanket. It was a winter time. And so Maharaj was listening to the comments. And there were various comments. One comment was, who is he? He's Vedavyas. No, he's even greater than Vedavyas ke bhi baap hai ye to. He's even bigger than Vedavyas. And another would say, you know what a wonderful lecture. It was great. It was wonderful. Then another said, yeah, it was great, but after all. And Maharaj said, but by using one word, but however, the whole lecture just went down the drain. Yeah, it was a wonderful lecture, but after all, we are householders. How can we do what he asks us to do? Shri Maharaj never told anyone to leave their household duties, but at the end of the day, we say, but how can I do this? But I'm just an ordinary person. I'm not a saint. I'm not a sage. I'm not an ascetic. I'm not living in a cave somewhere. I'm not living on a mountaintop. So when we use these words, but however, the thing is, then we negate everything. So the desire to know Radha Rani will take us to Radha Rani. And that means that we just need to make more effort. It's not that God's grace is lacking. It is not. Once a devotee wrote to Shri Maharaji and she said, Maharaji, please grace me. And Maharaji wrote a beautiful piece of a verse, 2-line verse in response and sent this when Maharaji used to answer devotees' letters himself. And he said, Tere karam mein kuch kami nahi, kareem hai tu. तेरे कर्म में कुछ कमी नहीं करीम है तू कुसूर मेरा है झूठा उम्मीदवार हूँ मैं. So she got such a wonderful answer to her question. She was saying, Maharaji, grace me, grace me. Maharaji said, but he's always merciful. You don't have to ask him to grace you. He's always merciful. The fault does not lie with him. The fault lies with you because you're not really asking genuinely for his grace. तेरे मंदिर में करूं दंडवत प्रणामा किंतु तन झुके मन झुके नहीं श्यामा. I prostrate myself in the place of worship in the temple, yet only the body bows itself, not the mind. We are very good at doing physical devotion. We are experts at it. But when it comes to using the mind, then we say, a devotee said to Maharaji, Maharaji, I'm sitting here in the sadhana hall. My mind is all over the world. It's just wandering in the world. It's better that I go do some seva. Sounds like a good idea, right? Maharaji said, no. Fight with your mind. Control your mind. Make it go to God. Don't give up. The mind will say, okay, he's given up, so I have won. Attain victory over your mind. If your mind is not thinking of Shri Krishna, it's going all over the world, make an effort. Cry out to him. He will respond. Tera naam gaya. I've chanted your names and I've come to your abode again and again. Still I have not received your divine love. Bestow grace upon me, O Radha Rani. Radha Rani graces us. We also need to make an effort. Because if everything was left up to Radha Rani, if everything were left up to God, then we would all be with God in the divine kingdom. But his grace is given, but we also need to make the effort. Self-effort and God's grace, they go hand in hand. They go hand in hand. So we are asking Radharani for her grace, and Radharani would say, well, make an effort. Shri Maharaj always said, make an effort. Work very, very hard. Work so hard that Radha and Krishna would be forced to come to you. Shed so many tears that Shri Krishna would be forced to come and wipe your tears with the edge of his pitambar. And do not stop crying for him until he comes himself. And do not accept those tears to be genuine unless he comes and wipes them. So keep on shedding tears of love for him. Tears of love, tears of longing. He will come one day. So if we make an effort, we follow the instructions of Radharani that are in the scriptures, and they have been told to us by our merciful Gurudev, Rasik Shiromani, Jagat Guru Uttam Shri Kripalu Ji Maharaj, then definitely we will attain the full grace of Radharani. Boliye Radha Maharani ki jai, Vrindavan Bihari Lal ki jai, Jagat Guru Uttam Shri Kripalu Ji Maharaj ki jai, Boliye Shyama Shyam Geet ki jai. जय जय श्री राधे, जय जय